Blog Talk Radio.
Hello? Okay. All right, Kelly, are you there?
Yeah, hi.
Okay. Yeah, we were having some technical issues. Give me 1 second here. Now I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to see. I'm just wanted to call to let you know. I'm going to see. I need to call the guest here. 1 moment, please.
Okay.
Okay. Okay.
Hello?
Hey, okay, we're connected. Everybody's on. Okay. All right, we were having some technical problems in the beginning, but this is Jonathan Alexander. I'm here on the host of the show, our show, Life After Happiness. Now, let me make sure I pronounced your name correctly. Is it Helena Antonaccio?
It's Helena Antonaccio. Yeah, that's correct.
Antonaccio, yeah. I am, and I have here my co-host, Kelly. Are you there, Kelly?
Hi, yeah.
Okay.
Hello.
Now,
Hi.
It's funny. I was talking to a good friend of yours, Victoria Valentino. Are you familiar with her?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, and and she told me some things like you're a wonderful person. So let's start off because I just wanted to know. I was looking at your pictures. I mean, how do you keep your skin so beautiful?
Oh wow, thank you. Well, I only use non-toxic organic skincare, and I believe that what you put in your body reflects on your skin. So I've been into the healthy lifestyle practically all my life, eating organic food, living the healthy lifestyle. I don't think I ever had a tan, to be honest with you. I stay out of the sun, and I use sunblock. I take lots of vitamin D, so don't worry. Because a lot of people say, "Oh, what about your vitamin D levels?" But I take a lot of that.
Vitamin D or vitamin T?
No, D3. D as in Danny. D3.
Oh, okay, I see.
Yeah, it's very important. Especially when you get older, your body doesn't get when you have in the sun. Let's say you do go in the sun, your body doesn't absorb it as it used to when you were younger.
Because I remember it's funny. I two other playmates, and it's interesting. The stories. I was like, I mean, it's you would think they always talk about Playboy's. I've heard some people say like Playboy's great and everything, but I mean, it's never been forced. I mean, you weren't forced to do it. Nobody put you in a headlock and say do Playboy. I mean,
No.
what led you to want to do Playboy?
Oh my God, are you kidding me? Well, when I was little, I saw a lot of pictures of Vargas. Do you know who Vargas is? He's an artist, and he would draw beautiful women. And my father had Playboy around, and I just thought, oh my God, I can't wait to get boobies. So I just for real. So I can be a playmate. It was like I've always wanted to be a playmate. I'll be very honest with you. And it was, and I knew I would be for some reason. And you know how sometimes you just know something when you're young, and it happened. It was very easy for me, very, very easy. So, and nobody forced me. So.
Do you feel like, what has been your experience been like because you've been a centerfold?
I'm sorry, honey, I didn't. What'd you say?
What has been your experience? What has your experience been because you've been a centerfold?
Oh, experiences. Oh my God, I don't know. Well, it's opened a lot of doors when I was younger. Even now, I'll give you an example. About 3 years ago, I needed help. I think it was with the transmission of my car, and the guy said, "Well, if you give me a picture, I won't charge you for the service." And I thought, okay, so I gave him a picture. Uh, there's a lot of things. I get a lot of gifts from my fans, which is very nice, especially around my birthday or Christmas. And I have fans that have been with me forever. I mean, really forever. They're just really wonderful. They're like my family, sort of. And I don't know. Okay, ask me something else.
It's okay. I mean, do you still model?
Well, just for my, I have a Patreon page. I still have my website, but I don't have the member section any longer because it was too expensive to keep up. Because they charge you fees for renewal for Visa and whatever the other one is. So I went to Patreon, which I love. It's very nice. I have the same, basically I have the same fans that joined that were on the other side. I have one from 1999 who was my first fan that joined my member section. His name is Kenneth, and he's still with me on Patreon. Tom, who's really, really a good fan, he's with me. And Graves, who always would give me outfits to wear. He would send me outfits to wear for photo shoots. I mean, I can go on. They're just really wonderful people.
Now, when you, I mean, let me ask you this. I wanted to ask you this question because I know that you had we had Victoria Valentino on.
Yes.
And you know about her involvement in the Cosby case, right?
Oh yes, I do.
What's your opinion of the Cosby case?
I'm glad he's in jail. I think that was really.
Did you ever meet him?
Let me think. No, I'm pretty sure he's at some of the parties, but sometimes they're there and you really didn't see them, so I don't know. I'll be very honest with you. When at the parties there were many, way back in the days, there was many celebrities. I'm sure he was, but I don't really recall him being there. But I'm happy that he was put away. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I was just going to say to my co-host, do you have any questions, Kelly?
What was it like meeting Hugh Hefner for the first time?
The first time I met Hugh Hefner, they flew me in to, this is in Chicago, the Chicago Mansion, and I was in, I think it was called a Red Room, and you press, like it was on the wall there was a wood carving, and you press it and the door would open up, and it was up the spiral staircase was my room. And so when I was there, I heard a whoosh, you hear a noise when the door opens, and I was on this phone with my sister, and I said to my sister, "Oh my God, somebody's coming in the room," and so I said, "Stay on the phone with me," and it was Mr. Hefner, and he was just the nicest person ever, not threatening. He gave me flowers. They were yellow roses. I still have the tag on it. It says, "Welcome to the mansion, left half." And he said, "I just woke up," because he would sleep all day and get up at night back in that day, in the 60s. And he asked if I would like to spend the night with him, And I said, "Well, I'm going to bed," because no, I mean, really. I said, "I'm really going to bed, and I'm sorry," or whatever. Oh, he talked to my sister too. My sister said, "Protect my sister," blah blah blah, and he said, "You are the youngest 18-year-old I've ever met," and I don't know what that means because isn't anybody young at 18? I don't know. So, but he was very nice, and he just asked somebody else to spend the night with him, so that was fine with me, and that was it. He was just a gentleman, really was.
Oh, that's cool. Wow. So how did, I mean, other than fans, like before you had gained your fan base, how did people treat you like before and after you got the contract?
People in town were a little nervous of me, I guess. Is that the right word? Thinking that I was special, which is weird because I was just the same person. you know, so that was kind of strange. Other than that, oh, and some people thought it was just awful. This is back in the 60s, so they thought it was really not, nice. My parents were very supportive, and so was my sister, so that was great. And my grandmother. My grandmother would carry the centerfold and show the ladies at bingo, this is my granddaughter. So that was great. And that's about it, and it was funny because a lot of boys that who wouldn't pay attention to me in high school, all of a sudden they wanted to go out with me, which which is true, I'm sure, with all the girls. So
yeah, it's like, hey, you weren't paying attention to me then, but you are now that I'm famous.
I know. No.
Yeah. So yeah, that's a different background than me because I wouldn't want my family to see the pictures just because of it. It would, like, especially my dad, it would just be a little awkward. But that's just me.
Yeah,
and
everybody's different.
my upbringing.
Yeah. No, my father was really he was a very strict man. He was an Italian man. He was very strict, but he knew me and he knew I liked a lot of attention. And he knew that the way he raised me, I wasn't going to be doing, drugs or drinking. I've never got drunk yet, and I'll be 70 years old.
Wow.
Yeah, and I smoke pot, but that's no big deal. But
that's not these days.
Yeah, well, yeah. So I forgot what I was saying, but anyway. Sometimes when I talk, I'll be honest with you, it's like a movie in my head. I see everything that I want to say, and I'm actually back there when I was talking to you and I was watching myself, and then I forget who I was talking to. Like you, I know that sounds very bizarre, but that's how my head works.
Well, hey, it just makes you unique.
I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. I'm glad they were supportive. I'd had, back when I was 18, I was approached to be in some sort of calendar, and I was leery of the guy because he's like, yes, we can fly you to Texas, and I'm thinking, how do I know they're not, like, gonna kidnap me and do weird things?
Yeah, honey, yeah, you have to be careful, yeah, really, yeah. That's why, Playboy I thought was very respectable, and at the time I was a bunny too, so I had that behind me. They when I was being flown out, even when we did test shots, we did the test shots in New York, in someone's apartment, and but I can understand what you're saying. Yes, there's a lot of.
Well, it would seem to be weird because the whole concept, I mean, I'm not putting it down necessarily, but I mean, it is a very private thing. It was like, okay, this person's going to get totally naked in front of you, I mean, in a provocative way. I mean, that's a vulnerable place to be in.
Well, believe it or not, I it didn't bother me. Pompeo Pizarro was such a gentleman, really. And he had this beautiful accent. Oh God, he was a beautiful man, and to me it was artistic. I don't know, maybe I just think different than other people's. I still to this day think it's artistic. I think women are beautiful, and I'm not gay, but I think women are just so beautiful. The way their bodies are made, how they look. So and I feel like it's making art in front of the camera, if that makes sense. I don't know. Because that's what I do when I'm in front of the camera. And if I don't feel it, you'll see it in the picture. If I'm not feeling it's artistic, or if I'm not in a fantasy world, because I'm always in a fantasy world when I'm in front of the camera. I have to be, because I love it there. I love being in fantasy. and if I'm not feeling it, it just shows, and I'm stuck. It's like, oh, I can't do it. It's sort of like a
Now,
writer's
let me
block.
ask you this question.
Yeah.
What's your opinion of other magazines like Penthouse and Hustler?
What do you mean? I'm sorry, I just got the last part. You asked me what about Penthouse.
What's your opinion of other magazines?
I know.
Like
I never.
Penthouse and
No.
Hustler?
Well, I thought it was no. I wouldn't do those. They were too explicit to me. Don't forget, I'm from the '60s. I know now. It's different. It took me such a long time to show bush. I know that sounds silly, but in my pictures, I would always put my hand in front of it or something, and I would. I don't know. I would feel that would make me feel embarrassed to do something explicit in front of the camera. And so I wouldn't, and I didn't think that was a great, a centerfold is like a Playboy Playmate, and those magazines, they were just Penthouse Girls or, whatever there was other magazines.
Penthouse Stats.
So.
Oh, yeah, because it does seem like Playboy does the extra steps to make sure there is some sort of modesty there, but there's a lot of artistry and creativity in the way, like the lighting is, and the way it hints at things, and it's not all in your face, so there's some room for imagination. And some of the other ones are like, hello, here it is.
I know. Oh, my God.
Yeah. So, I think it's nice to have that fantasy and not necessarily have everything in the face. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
And I think, too, there's a lot more thinking to me, there's a lot more thinking that goes behind the artistry in Playboy for that reason. There's, you think you almost see everything and it's almost
and you're
right
not.
there, but
yeah. It's smoke and mirrors. Really, it's all smoke and mirrors.
I think one of the things that I like about Playboy is, at least the centerfolds in Playboy, is they, whenever it's sort of like, and I don't want to make it sound like I'm putting down professional wrestling, but I'm not. It's not. It's just that it's like, to me, Playboy is like watching a professional athlete doing like a baseball game or a football game or something. Okay, that's
or the Olympics.
Okay, for a porn star, it's like professional wrestling. These people have no intention of ever getting to know you, and it's like, okay, what'd you do all day? You ask the porn star. Well, it's funny. They take them 30 seconds to tell you that they're not what they're wearing. To think about what they're wearing. They have to think about what they're wearing for 30 seconds. I mean, come on,
Yeah.
And
right.
At least the Playmate will say things like, well, "What are you doing?" "Well, I'm cleaning my dog's rear end." Okay, at least people do that. I mean, be realistic, don't, because I think when you do that, it kind of makes the person feel more on ease,
Right.
I mean,
right. Yeah. And it's almost like when you talk to a porn star or somebody that's in more explicit photography, it's almost like they're trying to find out what you want to hear to tell you that, instead of what's actually happening or what you actually think or feel.
They say they like everything. The porn stars, they like everything, whereas the porn stars, I like this, and also I think the Playboy Playmates proves that a woman can be a 10 but not necessarily be like another woman. Like one woman could be kind of like a cowgirl, whereas another woman could be kind of like a rock star, whereas another woman could be, you see my point?
Right. We were all supposed to be like girls next door, approachable women. I don't know.
That's
Does
cool.
that make sense? I don't know.
Yeah, I like that. And a lot of people I've noticed so far in Playboy have gone on to do other things for a well-rounded life. Like, that's not their only, thing that they do. They have hobbies. They have careers. They have, a lot of varied interests. Oh, yeah. Yeah, a
I
lot of
like
varied
Jenny
interests.
McCarthy and autism.
Right,
Yeah.
right, right. Well,
And
we're
maybe
So have you
the
ever
other.
met Jenny
people.
McCarthy?
Yeah. That's great. I mean,
Have you ever met Jenny McCarthy?
um, no, I haven't. No, I haven't met. I'm trying to think. I'm sure she was at the parties, but like I said, the women I used to hang around with, well, most of them are gone now. I know that's, well, not gone, but Janet Lupo. Oh my God, she was so beautiful. And what's her name? I don't want to say her real name. Reagan. She moved away. Well, I haven't seen these girls in a while since I haven't been to a party. I'm going to say maybe in 10 years, I guess. And it's funny
Well,
because,
you know,
oh, go ahead.
I was going to say something here. I had this friend of mine who was in the beauty pageants, and she was putting down the playmates, because they take off their clothes. Well, and then I talked to one of my friends who's a Playboy playmate. She's not around anymore. Linda Weissmeyer, you might have heard of that name.
Right.
And she said, I think that the pageants are worse because the pageants, you're comparing another person to another person to another person.
Yeah.
This answer is
Yeah.
a 10. This answer is an 8.5. And you can't really do that.
Right. Well, what's so great about being a playmate is that we all have our individual fans, and because we're all different. Some men like blondes or big boobies or nice ass or whatever. And I remember when we did the GlamourCon shows. You could see that, different fans for different girls, and some were, like I said, they liked, voluptuous women, and some like the girl next door, the very girl next door, I forgot her name. There's an actress. She was a playmate, became an actress, but she's very next door, and that was so great. I thought it was so great, and most for men, it was mostly probably the first woman they pleased themselves to, I guess, when they were teenagers or whatever. You used to hear that a lot. Oh, you're the first woman made love to myself with, I guess, or masturbated with, back in the day. So they all had their favorite, whoever it was, at the time. So it was really nice. I used to love doing the GlamourCons, the shows. They were the best. You get to meet practically all the girls, that were there, especially in California when you did the shows in California. And, I miss it.
Aw. So is it really like a club where everybody is friends with each other, or do they have little rivalries?
Well, I was always, half back in the day would say, it was sort of like a sorority. And he liked when all the girls, my rule was never to really speak bad about another playmate, even if you hated them, because first of all, it makes you look like an idiot in the public eye. And she is part of, she's part of that world that I was in. So why would I put her down or, whatever. But there are, yes, there are little tiffs here and there, but you get over it. I mean, I've had tiffs with Janet too. Oh my God! But we would always make up on the plane coming home because she was a Jersey girl, and I remember she would come over with a sandwich because she knows I love to eat, and she would bring a sandwich over on the plane because I wouldn't eat plain food, and then we make up.
But,
so I mean,
do
it was.
You have any stories of you and Victoria Valentino?
Well, she was a California playmate. She would come to the Chicago shows. She was always friendly and nice to me. I remember seeing her in the bathroom. I just opened the door, and she said, "Oh, Helena," and she was hugging me, and I thought, "Oh my God, this is great," And she was just very warm, very, very nice woman, and I think she's a very good actress now. I haven't seen her in anything, but she was doing this in imitation of Marilyn Monroe. The last I saw her at the GlamourCon show in California, I thought, wow, she was great. I don't know if she did it for a show or whatever, but she spot on. So
Oh. That's cool.
So she does a good Marilyn Monroe.
Let's say that again about Marilyn Monroe. I'm sorry.
She does a good impersonation of Marilyn Monroe.
No, she did the impersonation of Marilyn Monroe. Yes.
Oh, okay. It's funny. Yeah, she says. She says that you and her used to do glamour coms together.
Yes, we did. We did. I did them with a lot of the girls there. We would see each other. I think there was 3 times a year. It was Chicago and 2 LAs, or was it 2 Chicagos and 1 LA? I can't remember. That is sorely missed. I think they had a show in Las Vegas. I saw it. I don't even know if they had it yet or it's going to have or whatever. Not GlamourCon. It was just a whole bunch of, actresses or whatever. And a couple of the Playmates went. So I would have loved to gone, but I thought about it too late. So.
Aw. Do people still get together now that Hefner's dead?
I don't know. I'll be honest with you. I see on Instagram some of the old group that stick together. They stay with Cooper. But those are people that were really, really good friends with Hefner, and they're still like, I forgot her name. Gosh, that's awful. But she's a Playmate, and her husband is. I think he's a photographer. Gosh, he does great pictures. But they still hang around with Cooper. So it's nice that he's like, I think he's trying to get it back on track, the Playboy, which would be nice, It's going to be hard, but it's, he's trying. So.
They tried. Didn't they do a thing where they didn't want to do nudity for a while, but now they're
that was stupid. Yeah, and then they finally went back to nudity, which is,
I don't get
really.
That. I didn't get that. Why
I didn't get it either. I didn't understand what that was about. To be honest with you,
it's
I
like
didn't
saying it's like Baskin Robbins saying we're just going to not have ice cream because there's so much more food.
Right.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not trying to be mean, but that's sort of it's like, okay, like for instance, okay, there's a joke that runs around. It's a line, and it goes, I read Playboy for the articles. Well, I mean, I think you read it for both, I mean, the reason I say both is that I think what guys mean when they say that the articles are good is that they see you guys as people, you Playmates as people, see Playmates as people.
Right.
That's kind of what they mean when they say that. I mean, they're human beings. But, I mean, what do you think about that line? I mean, I only read Playboy for the articles.
Well, they did have good articles. No, they really did. And I guess they're trying to show you that they're, I don't know. Well, let's face it. I don't know.
I think that they read them for the naked pictures, but I do think that they want people to know that they're human beings. Like they're. It's the statement that you're a human being. I mean, if it was just
right.
Yeah. Like the college pictorials. These girls do this in college. They are studying that. You see them as a person that could be going to a college in your town.
Right. Yeah.
So that's pretty cool because it's not this unreachable concept. It's this is a real person walking around. It has a real life.
Well, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I mean, because a lot of places are so into the fantasy that you don't know what you're reading, whether it's real or something that they thought the readers are going to want to see. So we're going to tweak this to change this person a little bit,
Right.
So it's nice to feel like, it's real.
Right.
Yeah. 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 So
what is that noise? I keep hearing that little noise like that. Did you hear that? Is that the computer?
Well,
that
I
can,
don't
like...
know. Let me. I'll fix it. I'll fix it.
Oh, honey, that's
Yeah,
okay. No,
I
I
was
just...
looking at yours too. Yeah.
I'm sorry. It just,
Yeah,
I
it's
think
like,
it sounds like when you get email or something, like doo-doo, you know.
oh, yeah. Yeah, now all of a sudden it's gone.
Oh.
I think
Yeah.
that it must be. Yeah, it must be. I mean, the when you're told that you're going to be a playmate. I mean, does I mean, when do you get to actually meet other playmates?
Oh, when did I get to meet other playmates? Okay, when you go to live at the mansion. This is 1968, because they did the pictorial in 1968, and many playmates live there, along with the bunnies. That's when they had the like condos or whatever you call it, like rooms for the girls, the bunnies,
Mm-hmm.
but also the girls and we're talking about way back. I mean, I don't even remember their names because I don't remember them. You know, they were just to me they were like older women. I know I'm not older like old, but you know, oh my God, like they were 25 or whatever. And
They're so old, yeah.
well, you know, because I was so young and you know, like you sit at the have breakfast and they were there and it's like, you know, and I was so scared, so shy. I didn't know what to talk about. It was really scary. But and also I think I don't know if I told you, but at the Chicago mansion there was parties every night. And I'm talking every night. And I was there and I would be shooting I think I was there for like 3 weeks shooting. And you know, I had to get up early in the morning and it was like, "Oh my God, these people are so loud." And yeah, you know, I forgot what I was saying, but anyway, yeah.
Oh, and by the way, I just texted. I texted Victoria just now. She says that you do a good Marilyn Monroe, and then she wrote back, "I do a Mariana Dietrich. I played her in a Hollywood play a few years ago."
Oh.
Oh, no.
I thought it was
Yeah.
Marilyn Monroe. I'm pretty sure. Well, all right, I guess I was wrong.
Oh, wow.
But,
Well, they're both beautiful.
Oh well.
women. Yeah.
Anyway, she was good.
but I mean, it was one of the things that was really amazing. I mean, it's just it's you know, when I talked to them, it's just how down to earth and how approachable they all are. I mean, it's sort of like, you know, when I first talked to Linda Weissmeyer, I was like, "You're actually talking to me," you know.
Oh.
I mean, these are like the kind of like women in high school, like who would give you the time of day, and you're talking to me, you know.
Oh.
You know.
I would talk to you.
It
I would always talk to you.
Yeah.
And you know, but you know, that's why I like it when they say things like, "What are you doing right now?" "Well, I'm buying groceries." Because you know that's what real people do. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
They don't sit around all
yeah.
day in lingerie and with candles and everything. That doesn't
trust
happen.
me, no.
Yeah, that'd be nice, but no, I would imagine not.
Oh my God. No.
Yeah.
Now I will
or,
tell you
know,
this: for Valentine's Day, we talked about this for Valentine's Day. We wanted to have we wanted to do a show. I thought about doing this for a show where I call in, where I have Kelly call in, and while we're doing the show, her fiance is rubbing her feet and playing with her hair.
yeah.
God.
Cute.
All right. No.
Well, what do you think of that?
I don't know. I have no idea. No, I don't know.
I mean, just
You're embarrassing.
you know, I guess
Johnny.
she could do the show. She could do a show from a hot tub. That would be good. I don't know if we have a hot tub though.
Well, then you'd hear the motor of the hot tub, and it would be like when we're trying to talk. That might not work.
Unless you use headphones.
Oh, noise canceling. Yeah.
Oh,
Better be wireless. Yeah. So
But
I read some articles a while back I don't know, a year or two ago, and it said that there were a bunch of different rules if you were staying at the mansion. And I can't remember what some of those were, but I think it had to do with your hair and your makeup and your dress and
Really?
your demeanor, and I don't know. It was kind of nuts. And then it said that, I don't know, were certain people his girlfriend, or was everybody at the mansion his girlfriend? I'm not really sure on that.
You mean if it was Hef's girlfriends? Because I never was Hef's girlfriend, so I know Hef was very strict with his girlfriends. They had to be in a certain time. You know, if they went out, they had to be back like 9:30 or 10 o'clock. I guess look pretty, you know, and wear makeup and stuff. But I wasn't his girlfriend. I was just a playmate. I never made love with him. I thought he was too old for me because he was only 40 or something like that. But when you're young, it was like, oh my God, that's so old. But
right.
well, you know, I never was with. I mean, I was with a man, but not a man. You know, I was with boys, but not a man. And he was like a man. It's like.
Yeah.
So that
like,
was
this guy is old enough to be my dad. Yeah.
But there was no. I mean, when I went to the mansion in I think it was '97, and no, I mean I wore bathrobes and you know curlers in my hair, and there was nothing. You know, it wasn't like oh you shouldn't be doing that. You know. But you know, I was there because I was doing before and after when they did that before and after for Playboy. So I had, you know, it was a shooting. Yeah.
Oh, how cool.
Yeah, that was really great. And I had I'm trying to think who shot my thing. Oh, that was there was one I went there in 1979 as well. I stayed there because they did another before and after, but they didn't use the pictures. They only did 5 girls, and I think it was like 12 of us went. And Bunny Yeager did the 1997 pictures. That was She was I don't know if she passed away, but she did those pictures. And
wow.
it was the first time I ever went in the sun. I know it was awful. It was in Miami and it was in August. It was hotter than hell. And I had an umbrella because I don't go in the sun, and so what would happen is when she was ready to shoot, I dropped the umbrella and I kept putting it back, and she sort of like got mad at me because it ruined the moment. But it was that sun was so hot, and it was it was really whatever.
Let me ask you this: what is your opinion of the Me Too movement?
I think it's good. I think sometimes you can get a little overdone, but yeah. Well, what it did, I think, was even for me, you tell. Well, I tell my girlfriends or something things that happen that you never spoke of. You know, it's like, oh my God, this person did this or whatever, and I think that was the purpose for me because I felt like okay, people are sort of opening up, and so I would tell like some of my girlfriends some stuff. I think some people can get carried away with it, but I think it was a good thing. I still think it's a good thing, because men really at times, well, in a case like even look at Victoria, people who are very powerful or whatever, things that men do, it's like how disgusting, and they get away with it. So it was a good thing. That's my opinion.
I had a lady that we interviewed. And it was funny because she said that she was very lucky. She said there was only 2 situations where someone saw a man saw her in Hollywood and treated her like just ignored her. And he says the 2 men that did that to her were Bill Cosby and O.J. Simpson.
Oh my God!
Whoa!
Talk about lucky.
Yeah, that is lucky. Well,
wow.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I never had a celebrity. I mean, um I've been with celebrities, but it was consensual. But I mean, I never had anybody force me. I'm talking about mine was mostly in the medical field, doctors or whatever. So I feel I was lucky in that way. I mean, I'll be honest with you, that there was a celebrity once who, but this was, and when you talk about, you know, it was nothing much. He would just like grab you, and I just thought, wow, what? Because you're so and so, but that was that. He didn't rape me or do anything else. But I just thought, he would say, "Oh, you're one of the playmates," and and all I was doing,
Oh,
he was walking. I was walking in, past him, and he was kind of inebriated. Is that the right word? He was drunk.
no.
So, but
Yeah, that would be something I'd be afraid of. Is if I was doing something, that was sensual or sexy in a picture or whatever, does that give some of the guys an idea that that means yes? I mean, it's obviously
well,
not a yes, but
normal
in
people.
their mind.
I don't mean normal people. That's a stupid thing to say, but some guys that I would date actually thought that. They would think, "Oh, you're a playmate," and they'll, you know, be not nice. And
Oh.
yeah, so that was not cool, but I don't have that problem now cuz I'm wised up, I guess. I don't know. It's
Yeah.
like you learn in life, you learn and what to say, what not to say, or how to be or how to protect yourself and
Yeah,
so
and it's hard when you're 18 and you haven't been out in the world yet. I think a lot of guys, they tend to prey on that, and or they're attracted to it, not necessarily trying to prey on it, but it can be blurry, with a guy and how he thinks when he sees you portrayed in a certain way, and then think, oh, okay, she's going to be into this. You know what I mean? Or is
yeah,
that not really?
yeah, I really am kind of a prude in a way. I mean, not really, but in a way, I guess. Uh,
That's good. That kind
well,
of
I shouldn't
saves
say that. I
you
mean,
from
I've had my
situations.
share
I mean,
of lovers, but I'm not. I mean, it was, uh,
safety
well,
conscious.
yeah. I don't know.
Yeah,
I
that's
don't know what I'm
good.
trying to
Yeah.
say, but
Yeah, like
Well,
safety
also another
conscious is
aspect of
good.
it too. Some might think, this lady is this is the positive side of it. This lady is letting me look at her in a sexual way. I want to look at her in another way because she's expecting me halfway to go halfway. Does that make sense?
right. Well, see, and I think because I think like a woman. So to me, being naked, like I said, is artistic. I'm like making art. Is where somebody else is not thinking that, and so I know it's true because I'd be thinking, oh wow, even like when I see somebody beautiful, and I'll say to someone who's with me, I'll say, oh look at how beautiful that picture is, and he's probably thinking, yeah, I like to bang her.
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah, and that's not going through your head at the moment. Yeah, it's like, wow, just look at that background and look at how beautiful the curves and the lighting, and he's all thinking, hey,
Yeah,
look at her.
I know.
Yeah, it's funny sometimes how the brains work differently.
Yeah, well, thank God men and women are different. Thank God.
Yeah, it would be so boring if we were all the same.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, so what is going through your mind when you're having a photo shoot?
How I look, I guess. What's my good points and not? I know I have hyperextended legs. I have to think, are they being hyperextended, or my elbows, or my stomach is sucked in? These are all things I'm thinking of. How my facial expression is. You think real quick, real fast. Like, oh my God, I didn't think that looked good. When even though you don't see yourself, you're just like, oh my God. And a good photographer will always say to you, I am the mirror. I like that, like he'll say no, that's not good or whatever. I like that, or they'll tell you if it's good. If he doesn't say anything, it's like, oh, what am I doing? I need feedback from the guy.
Yeah.
So.
That's good. I'm glad that they do that, because otherwise
Yeah.
you're like, oh gosh, I hope I wasn't squinting, or my mouth
Right.
was crooked. You don't know. Wow. So, do you have some favorite things that fans have sent you?
Well, they sent me money. I don't know. No, I mean, or gifts. Favorite things. Gosh, honey. Oh, you know what? Well, I had his name is Graves, and we always he was in the service, and for a long time that was his what he did, and when he would go to gosh, I don't remember. I can't remember. I think it was the Middle East. Am I saying it right? Like wherever where we're fighting. And well, he sent me a hat with my name on it, and then it was written in Arabic, and I just thought that was kind of cool. I don't know.
Oh wow, that
yeah,
is
and
cool.
I would write to him all the time when he was there, because he asked me to write about things at home, like stupid things like, oh, I'm doing the laundry, to forget about all the things that's really going on there. So we did that for a long time. And we remained good friends. He's also a fan on Patreon, so he's he's a very nice person.
Oh, that's really cool. Do you ever have fans that try to do marriage proposals or something over the top?
Well, when I was younger, you would get tons of fan mail asking, would you marry me, and I'm thinking, oh my God, you don't want to do that. No, I'm only kidding.
I don't know you. Yeah.
Or if you saw me in the morning, I'm only kidding. But no, but you would get, and I still have all that fan mail. I have it down the cellar, and it's all. I should really throw it away. It's probably a fire hazard, but. I also had a lot of fan mail from Vietnam, from the Vietnam veterans, the guys that were there, and that was special to me. Yeah.
They should have a museum
You do look like
where you ladies can put things in there.
Like,
wait, the two people are talking. Let's say it again,
like
hon.
one of those,
Sorry.
I was just saying, you do look like one of those women that you would see on the side of the airplane.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
World War
like
II.
World War II, how
Oh
they
my
used to
God!
paint the
Well,
ladies.
well, I always thought being a pinup girl was the greatest thing ever. My mother, when she was during World War II, her brother took a picture of her in a bathing suit. And it was such a big deal when he was in the Navy. They passed that picture around. It was like my mother was like this big deal on the ship. And I thought, oh, gosh, that was great, But, because a pinup girl, especially like during the wars, any war really, it's like, wow, so.
Yeah, that's great. Wow. So I think they should do like a museum of Playmate things. Yeah, I think that would be very interesting because, you can have not just a display about the woman, but maybe some things that she had been given, like the letters from Vietnam. Those have to be priceless, People would be interested in that.
Yeah. I do, yeah.
Yeah, I think that would be very, that would be a fun thing to do.
I still have, when you're accepted by Playboy, I have that letter from Hefner, and I have a lot of letters from Hef because I used to write, back to, just write, and Mary O'Connor, she would give, I give it to her. Well, she's dead now, but she, and then she would give it to Hef, and then Hef would write back, and it was really nice, yeah. And I have, I even have the plane, the half of the ticket that takes you to, when I went to Chicago. I save everything.
Oh, that's so cool. Wow. Do you have anybody that you're going to be passing things to?
No, well, my niece, but no, I don't have any children. No, I'm not a mother type. Doesn't mean I don't like kids, but I that's a hard job. So I so
Yeah.
I never became a mother.
I haven't
But
either.
yeah, I mean that's you really have to make sure that's what you really want in life. Although sometimes I think, oh gosh, like if I love somebody, I think, oh, I wish I could have children. I wish I could have his baby. You know how women get, oh. But you have to also think realistically, and so I never did. But I
Yeah.
have a niece, and my niece is great. She's the best thing ever.
Aw, that's cool. 'Cause, yeah, I mean, I couldn't even imagine how much letters from Hefner would be worth. I mean, not that you would sell them, but I mean, just, if it could go in a museum or something, it's like
Right.
pop culture museum or, something like that. It would be really interesting. I think people would like it.
Yeah, did you see they had that auction? They had they sold all his stuff from the mansion, and at auction. I thought, wow,
Oh, I hadn't,
great.
wow, I hadn't.
Let me ask
so
you
many
this question. Let me ask you this question. If they did a movie about Hugh Hefner's wife, who should play him?
Oh my God, I don't know. This is awful. I don't even know any actors now. First of all, I don't know their names. I mean, I'll say, oh, that's but honey, I don't know. I can't.
I would
I
pick
wouldn't
Chris
know.
Pine. I would pick Chris Pine.
Okay, now you're gonna know something. I don't know who that is. I'm sorry. Who is
You
he?
know who that is, Kelly?
No, I mean, it sounds familiar, but I don't know.
Okay, he did Steve Terrell in Wonder Woman. He was Wonder Woman's romantic interest. He played Captain Kirk in Star Trek.
Oh, I don't know.
Yes.
Oh, no, sorry. I I still don't know. It's terrible.
Not
I
a
should be
sci-fi
more.
and action fan, eh?
What about George Clooney?
Oh, he's very handsome, isn't he? George Clooney.
Yeah.
Yeah, maybe.
Yeah, he would definitely have that classy air about him, I think, and kind of a hidden playfulness. He strikes me as a person who was playful, kind of in private, maybe.
I
Right.
remember an interview I saw, I think it was with Brandy Broderick, and they asked him to compare. Did you ever meet Donald Trump, by the way?
No. Been at the
Okay.
mansion, but no.
They were comparing the two, and basically this is what Brandy Broderick said. Now, tell me, tell me if you think this is probably true. She says that Donald Trump has a very rough soul, and Hugh Hefner is a very gentle soul.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
That's what she says is the difference. That Donald Trump is very rough, and Hugh Hefner is very gentle.
Hugh Hefner was a humanitarian. He was a good man. He was way into the civil rights. I mean, he was way ahead of his time, and he was smart. He was a very smart man. And he's nothing like Donald Trump. Let's put it that way.
You're not a big fan of Donald Trump?
Okay, I'm not going that route.
Yeah, we're not going
Okay.
I'm not going that route.
I think I know the answer.
Yeah, but that makes sense that Hugh Hefner would be like a sweet person, because in order to gain the trust of women, that are going to be, some of them are going to feel vulnerable the first time, wearing less in front of the camera. I would think that he would need to be a gentle soul in order to, help somebody feel disarmed and feel comfortable.
Well, yeah, but he was never at any of the shoots. I mean, he's the one who picked what picture they should use. So I mean, but he was always a gentle. Well, to me, so I don't know about anybody else. For me, he was just a nice person, and the photographers really, oh my God, they were so kind, so professional. I remember when Pompeo, and I forgot who the other photographer was. It was like lunchtime, and we went to the offices in Playboy, and they were talking about this the girl's nipples, but they were talking like it was like you're talking about I don't know, like a car or something. It was, because they were like talking about how to photograph it and this and that. And I thought, wow, that's so great. It was like not sexual, to
Oh,
them.
that is cool.
Yeah, very, very unusual. But,
Wow. Yeah, I like that. That way, yeah, it feels like, it's above board. I don't know, in a way. You know what I mean? It's, the creativity is going into it. They're taking into consideration different angles. It's not, okay, it's not like, okay, sexy time. It's professional, and I like that.
yeah, that was very, very, very professional. And of course, you got all the lighting there. And well, actually, when they did my centerfold, we had no makeup artist, and so it was Pompeo who actually combed my hair because I used to part my hair in the middle, and so he actually combed my hair to the side, and I I knew how to put on false eyelashes because you had to do that when you're a bunny. You had to wear false eyelashes, so that was okay. I had that on, but we had no. It was just like okay, and we did shot, and the lights were bright, and thank God we were young. Can you imagine? No, no,
Right. There's no
but
hiding anything here. Yeah.
yeah, and it was such a different world, and the second time that I went there, they had a makeup artist, and I was like, wow, look at this, and the girl would put shoes on you, and like you just sit there, she polished your nails, and it's like, wow, this is great. So what a difference.
That's cool. Wow, did it feel like pampering?
Yes, you felt pampered. You felt like oh, this is this is it. It's like it was nice.
Oh, that does sound nice.
And I love being in front of the camera. Okay, I'm a ham. I am a ham. I love it. I love it. I love it. So
Nothing wrong with that. And the camera loves you, so
oh,
that's good. I saw your Facebook page, and I was like, wait, she just said she was 70? That's like
yeah, gonna be 70.
Wow.
It's a new way of aging. I sort of know all the tricks. Really, I know what nutrients to take, vitamins to take. I know I use the Face Master. It's by Suzanne Summers. It really does work.
Oh.
I exercise every day. I used to do the ballet bar, but now I'm doing sort of like my own stretches, and I do a lot of exercising. Let's put it that way. And I do dye my hair, which is the only thing I do that's not it has chemicals in it. Otherwise, all my makeup has no you could eat it. It's not just organic and toxic free. It's mostly Suzanne Summers. I'll be very honest with you because it's really wonderful makeup. And her creams are good. So I like I said, I've been exercising all my life.
That's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, and I know you said that you've not been intoxicated before.
You're right.
Do you drink a lot of teas, or is it mostly water?
Oh, it's mostly water. A chamomile tea I'll drink mostly in the winter because it's cold. I just had it one at my suppers because it's cold. So I don't know. Of course I don't drink sodas. That's ridiculous. Why would I do that?
Right. So you probably don't drink coffee?
No, I don't. Although I was reading somewhere that coffee, if you drink it without anything in it, just dark, plain, it's good for a lot of things. And I thought, wow, it was a good article. But no, I don't drink coffee. No, I don't. I take ECGC, which is green tea, the extract of green tea. So, and I get it decaffeinated. It's in a pill. So, and I only get vitamins. I get vitamins that are high quality, non-GMO, and organic. So.
Oh.
And I'm in the poorhouse for that.
I know, nothing's inexpensive that's good for you.
I know, but it's worth it to get the best, you know.
Yeah.
It was great to have you on. We're about out of time, but
yeah, I was looking at my
wow.
Thank you so much.
You know,
really.
I'd love to. Let me ask you this: would you ever want to come back with a psychic on, or
like with
he offered
why
to
not?
have you have a chakra day? You didn't seem interested in the chakra day.
I don't know what that is. I'll be honest with you.
Oh.
Why don't you explain that to her, what that is, Kelly, what a chakra day is?
We have 7 energy centers in the body. They're like
Oh,
energy
okay,
wells.
yeah. It's Indian, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
sure, I'll
what
do
I
that.
do is I help clear them, so the healthy energy can flow freely.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'll come back.
Hey, great!
Okay,
We'd
so
love
you'll
to
come back
have
for a
you.
chakra day?
It's fun.
What?
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we'll set up. I'll set up a time for you to come back for a chakra day. Okay. Just so you know, Victoria Valentino had one too.
Okay.
Yeah, that's my pleasure. I'm glad to do that.
Wait, I do have to ask you, what are your signs? What sign am I talking to before we go? You know, you
Gemini, Sagittarius. What are you?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm a Sagittarius.
Okay, I'm an Aries. I have Moon in Sagittarian. I have 4 planets in Pisces. And my sun is in the 12th house, even though I'm an Aries. Yeah,
wow.
I'm an astrologer.
Oh, no way! We could have you on for that too.
Oh my God, no!
Mind.
I have to be a perfectionist for that. But yeah, well, we'll talk about it someday. Okay.
Okay.
You're an astrologer.
Thank you.
We had, one of the people that we've had on. Are you familiar with the name Jackie Stallone?
Yes. Oh my God,
I've had her on twice.
Oh
and
my God,
I know she is my. This is the range. The youngest guest that I ever had was Kelly's fiance's stepdaughter. We called her Little Les.
His daughter, my stepdaughter.
Right.
But we call her Little Les. And the oldest was Jackie Stallone, about 96. And the funny thing about it, when I had her on, she told me some interesting stuff. This is stuff I didn't know. And I guess I can go ahead and say it on the show or whatever it was. Okay. I'll go ahead and say this. But what it is have you ever met Sylvester Stallone?
No. I met the other guy with the muscles, and I forgot his name. Whatever.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh.
This is what she told me. See, I was diagnosed as being on the spectrum. I'm autistic, and what happened was that Sylvester Stallone has a son that's on the spectrum. Okay?
That's right. Right.
He's autistic, but if memory serves me right, Jackie Stallone told me that he was on the spectrum too.
Oh.
Okay. And it makes sense because he was such a Sylvester's such this guy-hard bodybuilder that he has a 2% body fat range. I mean, that's unhealthy. And that he would always be real thinking about how things look and everything. He's left-handed. Sylvester Stallone is left-handed, and that's very common among autistic. He tends to be very more. And what's funny is I tell you what's interesting about that family is that Frank Stallone, is more of a singer, but he's a successful singer. The reason you don't really hear about Frank Stallone as much is because you don't look at music. If you look at music, you will see, oh wow, oh yeah, he's done all this. Like a lot of those Rocky movies, those sounds in the background were written by Frank.
Right. Yes, that
You know,
I know.
and actually, there's actually a scene where this actually happened. Apparently, I think it was Rocky 3. I think it was. He was boxing he was doing his title defenses, and one of his title defenses was played by Frank Stallone. They had like him boxing Frank.
Oh.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, Frank Stallone played one of the boxers, and he was. But the thing that got me amazed about Jackie Stallone is Sylvester Stallone was on the Actors Studio with James Lipton.
Right.
And he said that Jackie Stallone predicted to the day that he was going to sell the script for Rocky.
Oh.
The day. And it was him that said it, you know. So, I mean, would you ever want to come back if we have a psychic on? Because we have all the time psychics on.
Sure.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Well, can I just get a shout out to to member Sanjay and Tom. Member Tom. All right, that's all I wanted to say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you for coming on.
Thank you so much for having me.
Yeah,
okay.
thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.